angry, Aussie, 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 angry, Aussie, 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 angry.
I had a last minute thought while I'm sitting here at my desk. Can I find a particular thing? No is the answer. Okay. Thought I saved an instruction manual for my lighter. Maybe I didn't. Oh my god, weird shit my kids left behind. Japanese erasers. There's no one there. Why am I showing it to anyone? There's no one there. Right, where's my phone? It's under here. Glue gun. There you go. No. Searching for a thing. Hey Greg, how you going? No. Because you would think filling up the gas in a lighter would be really straightforward, but I found out there was a trick to it. Got my breathalyzer instructions. Oh shit. Some whiskey samples from Charlie. Hello. One button, one scotch, no beer. And hello, Senor Butts McGee. All right, so I appear to not still have that instruction. But the instructions, remember, it was like, okay, there's that. There's a little thing in the bottom. And you got to turn it around. And I'm not sure, because this butane, when it's liquid, is super fucking cold. Yep, that really wasn't right. Oh, that stinks. Not this way. Nope. Ooh, liquid butane. I'm glad I have long pants on because it's fucking cold enough when it hit the pants. If it was bare skin, that would have been nasty. Wait, is it? Actually, does this have something on it? Minus and plus. Okay. Ah, yes. Okay. Need to turn this around a bit. It's a bit better. But how do I get... Wait, does this have to be lifted up maybe? I don't know how to get the butane to go in. I'll be a bit more careful this time. Nope, that ain't it. It's so stinky in here now with all the butane. Right, well, I should stop fucking around with this before I do myself a mischief, honestly. This morning, America's hot and humid. Fight night will be a messy bitch. Happy birthday, Dr. Zayas. We are, of course, getting winter weather. I was going to shoot a short video, but we got to the stage where I can't be fucked. I did make a new clarified cocktail, aka urine sample. And this one's an experiment. I did something significantly different with this. I want to see what that's like. Oh, no, I got occupied with other stuff today, so I still haven't scripted the ice balls vid. I was just going to do a short cocktail one, but I can't be fucked. So we'll get up to the ice ball vid somewhere later in the week. Also, if I give myself a bit more time, I have a bit more time to make some more ice balls. I was thinking, I'm obviously going to use Chef from South Park in this. Got to decide how much to use. Goodness gracious, great balls of ice. Nice. Hello, Madam Butterfly. So I don't know whether to just have Chef go, hey, everybody, have you seen my balls? And then me come and say they're big and frozen and clear. Or do it a little bit longer so it goes, hey, everybody, have you seen my balls? They're big. And they go, and frozen and clear. And then possibly use the second bit as well, where he goes, if you ever need a quick pick me up, just stick my balls in your, and they'll go, cocktail glass. Okay, you got notes. Showering ready for movie of the week. Nice. I have heard good things about the He-Man movie, Senor Butts McGee. So I'm not rushing out to see it. You know, I can wait till it's on digital, basically. As I've said many times on the stream, COVID got me out of the habit of going to the cinema. It's got to be a big visual extravaganza film to get me to go to the cinema now. Like Project Hail Mary, or later this year, June 3. Okay. You grew up on He-Man. I mean, yeah, I think I'm a bit older than you, but I do remember the old He-Man cartoons. Exists because of Ronald Reagan. It used to be illegal to advertise to kids, and all those animations, He-Man, Transformers, etc., they are nothing but advertising to kids toys. And yeah, there was a period pre-80s where that shit was all illegal, but Ronald Reagan believes in open market deregulation, so evil companies got to do just about anything. Actually, I just heard how loud the TV was. I'm going to turn it down. Yeah, well, the whole thing is these shows, they're not shows based on kids' toys. They are shows created specifically to sell toys, which is maybe arguing fractions of a degree. Hang on, I'm going to be back in a sec. Yeah, it's all good now. All right. All right. Reagan to thank for Strawberry Shortcake and Care Bears and G.I. Joe and He-Man, and Transformers, and Thundercats, and Rainbow Bright. Yeah. Everything started to go wrong with Ronald Reagan, basically. It's when they lost their appetite for prosecuting illegal monopolies. Ooh. Damn. The milk element in this was evaporated milk. I wanted to see what that was like. It worked really well. And it's definitely a richer mouthfeel. Captain Planet, yes, I am familiar with Captain Planet. And that's right, Ted Turner was behind Captain Planet. Ooh, damn. That's a particularly good one. And I think I could make it better. Now I know evaporated milk works. I could play up some of those flavors, make it even better. Oh, but I got to make something with bourbon. Are you running out more from Charlie Mask, My Little Pony, Pound Puppies, Teddy Ruxpin, Gem and the Holograms? Yeah. The Gem movie also. You know what? Always, it would really shit me up the walls because I was never into Transformers. But like when they've been trying to make Transformers movies, for what, like 20 years now? I feel like it's been going on that long. And some people saying how, oh, they're so invested in it. It was my childhood. It's like, fucko, it was toys. It was commercialism. It was capitalism. It was nothing but an extended commercial. I feel like Ninja Turtles were a real source material that they made toys from. Whereas all those other ones, or the vast majority of those other ones, it was an entire preconceived thing to sell toys, and they built shitty animation around it. I love that. Not a brony, but My Little Pony 2014 shits over 86 My Little Pony. I'm going to take your word for that. Oh. Oh, geez, I'm going to have to send you some of that, Charlie. Or I might even make a better one. That's really fucking good, though. The clarified cocktail I've made today. I was just going to, let me just, so I've got Discord ready if I need it. And I'm going to go to Difford's and go for their Bourbon cocktails. Okay, Bourbon Day. He says a haberdasher. I think I have made that. But let's go there. Best bourbon cocktails. 20 best bourbon cocktails. Benton's Old Fashioned, Boulevardier, a Brown Derby, Enrico Palazzo. Yeah, haberdasher's bourbon, creme de cacao, Fernet, green chartreuse, single cream and milk. I might make that without the milk, actually. A haystack, bourbon suze, apricot, and lemon juice. Highfalutin, bourbon punch, beer. Kentucky buck, ginger beer. I don't have a midnight stinger, bourbon, Fernet Branca, and lemon juice. I can't be bothered shaking something. It's just got to be a stirred cocktail. A New York sour, an old fashioned, of course. Paper plain. Ooh. I just had an idea for a variation on a paper plane, too. Ooh, Sazerac. Sunset Strip, Manhattan, Viol Plus. Ooh, I could do that with me. Oh, Bourbon Cognac, Suze, Drive Move. I could do that with Mrs. Angry's wine, which is in the cupboard. I'm going to do that. Took your daughter to see it at the cinema. First 2D animated film to play at a cinema that wasn't fucking hentai in 15 years. Care Bear and Friends movie you're talking about. And Alvin and the Chipmunks from 1986. Oh, there you go. Flight of Dragons. Okay, that would. I feel like now we're just throwing out random animated things, and I have no problem with that. But, holy shit, that's a flavor bomb. Okay, I reckon evaporated milk is really cool. Oh no, you were talking about the 2014 My Little Pony movie. Okay, love that My Little Pony shit. My kids were Pokemon. No, I also don't know what Flight of Dragons is. Damn. Ooh, I was just thinking that would probably go well with soda, actually. I might try that. So anyway, it's Boston Rider travels back in time to an age of dragons, wizards, and knights, where science is barely known and he must lead a quest for a red crown. There you go. Ooh, okay. It's got James Earl Jones voicing. Jesus. That was a struggle to get that word out. Paper plane. Fireplace whiskey, brandy, gentian, vermouth, little amaretto, little sugar syrup. I reckon I'm going to make a version of that for Bourbon Day. Okay, I don't remember Exorcist 2. James Earl Jones was in it, was he? Okay. Exorcist 2 was directed by John Boorman? Okay. Oh, I tell you what, I noticed the Boorman name coming up a couple times in the cast for Excalibur. It's just like he decided, like, oh yes, I'm gonna put some family members in this movie. One might have been his wife, and one might have been his son. But yeah, I just thought, okay, it's no coincidence. The Boorman name is coming up against some of the characters. Don't think it's a coincidence. I think he's given jobs to family members. Yes, Charlie Boorman was the creepy kid in the gold outfit with the far too full lips. It's just something creepy about that kid. And the woman that Uther lusted after that caused all the problems, I think that was his wife, as in John Boorman's wife. That's right, Charlie. I knew that name somewhere. He did the motorcycle road trip with Ewan McGregor. I knew he'd been in something when you said his name like that, Charlie Boorman. Never watched those, actually. There was 2 series of that, I think. I never watched them. Okay, so that was Boorman's daughter? Okay, she was so much older than the kid. I thought it might have been his wife. There was 5 series of that Charlie Boorman, Ewan McGregor motorcycle stuff? Good Lord, I didn't watch any of them. I was vaguely aware of 2 of them. Good Lord. Okay, she's only 17. He put his 17-year-old daughter in that scene. Okay, that's fucked up. There you go, Senior Butts McGee, The Last Unicorn, which does sound vaguely familiar. Totally for daughters. Your sister loved it. Okay. Man, Hollywood people always do such fucked up things. She didn't mind, but Gabrielle hated doing the scene with the director's daughter, or hated the fact she was 17? You've been looking up gossip about the movie. Okay, yeah, these are all the facts you jotted down. Okay, have your shower, come back, and we'll do movie of the week. John Boorman's Excalibur. Oh, you added a making of doco in Plex as well. Okay. Nice. Und so. I think I will make a version of this cocktail. 25 mils. God, that's an annoying fucking measurement. Now, will I do equal parts? Yeah, yeah, I'll do equal parts. Fuck it. Let's go over here. Oh, let's go the old Texas bourbon. Bourbon. Cognac. Let's get some English chartreuse. All right, yellow chartreuse. I think I know the other. I'm just going to double check the other ingredients. I had forgotten one. What is the minor wine? Lemon verbena wine. Sent back. Oh yeah. And what else did he have? Here, it's just the 5 mils, 5 mils. Okay. Little bit of amaretto. So 5 mils of amaretto. Try to avoid things. A little bit of sugar syrup. Und bitters. Let me come up here. Some of this bitters. Und some of this bitters. All right. All right. Troy, what were we looking at? Last Unicorn, never heard of it. You'd already eat that shit up. Mia Farrow, Jeff Bridges, Christopher Lee, Alan Arkin, Angela Lansbury. That is a big cast. Okay. I feel vaguely like I've heard of it, but that is a hell of a cast, honestly. All right. Flicking Cocktail Review, getting warmed up for the movie talk. Ooh. Dot's pretty darn good, I must say. A tasty little treat. Yeah, it's got a lot going on, that particular beverage. All right. Feel like... Wait, what's a haberdasher? Creme de cacao, Fernet, green chartreuse. I probably don't want to make another cocktail tonight. He said, trying desperately to be at least vaguely reasonable. Ooh, another shark attack in Koji. There you go. That's fun. Let me see. Why older Australians with motor neuron disease are considering early euthanasia? Damn, that's a freaking harsh story. Cinema etiquette is dead. It's time for martial law. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I was just looking at news headlines. The fucking freak from Jim's mowing. Our brains are insensitive to dopamine by overexposure to sex, porn, social media. Yeah, no, he's a fruitcake. Also a criminal, but anyway. Well, actually, I don't know that he's committed crimes, but he's breached contract agreements. He's a weird one. Oh, the birth rate crisis may require a biological solution, not a cultural one. Fucking... My team is actively investigating such trips. Can you imagine some fucking freak with delusions of grandeur who ran a lawn mowing service and admittedly has been very clever with franchising structures, but like I said, he's also, you know, committed contract breaches around it as well. But I think he's going to come up with a scientific solution to biologically manipulate human behavior to increase birth rates. What a fucking what a fucking freak. It's an unholy combination of being a fucking idiot and being a serious fucking freak. Like, yeah, I'm going to biologically manipulate humans to have more babies. That doesn't sound like a really shit comic book villain at all. It's like, oh, the problem's capitalism, guys. The problem is a system that makes it economically unviable to have and raise a lot of children. You need to change the system that makes that an unappealing, if not impossible, thing to do. It's you need to create an environment that makes people want to have kids, and economic factors are probably the biggest factor there. There's other cultural things, like it's very interesting in South Korea, who appears to have a disastrously low birth replacement rate. They may be the first country to have a serious implosion directly caused by declining birth rates. But yeah, it's also like women are treated like shit there, and they've got no motivation to have babies because of how fucked up various things are. It's I'm so creeped out by this fucking guy. God, he's got 10 kids. Jesus Christ. Oh, he's running for the Libertarian Party. A libertarian who wants to impose biological manipulation on humans? Ugh. It's just like these people are so fucking freaky. And it's all you get these right wingers who say, "Oh, we've got to have more children." Like, motherfuckers, you are the ones promoting and perpetuating an unfair system that makes it unappealing, if not straight up impossible economically, to have multiple kids. Oh, you want to discourage masturbation. Wow. Kai is an utter fucking freak. I swear to God. Like, I don't think he'd do well if there was a police investigation into his hard drive and browsing history, honestly. Someone with these sorts of obsessions, there's going to be some unpleasant stuff that they've been looking at, quite honestly. It's just the way it is. I keep going back to... Oh my God! Sorry, I keep reading another paragraph when I know I shouldn't. He says it's difficult. He writes it's difficult for young men with normal sex drives to avoid any form of sexual outlet. His own experience had a profound effect. For 5 years after reaching puberty, my sole sexual outlet was nocturnal emissions, more commonly called wet dreams. Lack of sexual outlet meant I had few of the surges of desensitized brain to dopamine. Limiting sexual activity is an effective way to increase dopamine sensitivity. God, he's such a fucking freak. Oh my God. He is. Lively parties combined with alcohol drugs are attractive. Should limit or forbid these activities. Jesus Christ almighty. He has a team of scientists, different ways to mimic calorie restriction and reset. It's just like the fundamental stupidity of what this fucking freaky is on about. Oh my God. Oh my God. And there's too much restrictions on human experimentation in Australia. He's moving his research to China, where I assume he's going to do fucking experiments on political prisoners. Oh, yes. And when you put a USB stick in the first time, it won't go in. Then you flip around and it goes in. It's the same with your fake eye every time. Damn. Yeah, I think the reason it doesn't go in the first time is you don't want to force it. You think, oh, that's not right. You flip it and that's wrong. So then when you flip it back, you know that's the right way. So you can put a bit more force in. But yeah. Well, while you've been away, Charlie, I've been reading about the horrors of the Jim's mowing guy wanting to genetically engineer humans to be more in line with his absolute fucked up worldview. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, he wants to do gene editing. Sure. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. What a mutant. What an absolute fucking mutant. Jesus Christ. Oh God, did Trump turn 80 this weekend? Jesus Christ. Well, well, well. Oh dear. This is all very, very, very weird. Is there a word for what? Sorry, wait, Eurythmics. What are we talking about? The Jim's mowing stuff. He wants to do biological experiments on humans because he's an absolute fucking lunatic with just seriously fucked up ideas. So this guy just spouting he wants to do medical experiments on people because he thinks it'll improve birth rates. It's like, what the fuck? You know, not like Hitler or anything like that. It's just what the guy is such a fucking freak. I sort of knew this about him. I think I did a video about him a long time ago about what a freak he is. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. Go to view my YouTube channel and we'll just search on Jim's mowing. Oh yeah, Jim's white supremacy. Oh wow, that was a live stream with AIDSy. I knew I'd done some stuff on it. So it was the theme of a live stream with AIDSy 6 years ago. Let me Jim's. No, apparently I just did it as a live stream. Wait, did I have a link to what we were talking about? All right, we were at different places. Yeah, but anyway, the Jim's mowing guy's a fucking freak. Ah, hey, Mark, how are we going? Getting ready to do movie of the week? Actually, God, speaking of get ready. Oh, yeah, okay. I am so smart, SMRT. I didn't bring my audio recorder in here. Hang on, I'll just go get it. Okie dokie, got my audio recorder. Ooh, I put the flashy light on. Why not? Okay. Tripod for my audio recorder. Okay. Let's get this happening. Hello, Dr. Abigail. I am Dr. Abigail's profound level of fatigue. Right. Oh, no, wait. Before I do that, I need to change the batteries out to some fresh batteries. Or I should say recharge batteries. Not really. Ah, motherfucker. Not really fresh. But freshly charged. All right, now we'll set this up. Okie doke. Hip, hip, hip. Yes. All right. Audio recorder is in place. All right, now I want to be a little bit closer to my audio recorder. Actually, I'm going to do that. Bring it even a little bit closer. Listen closer, not for very much longer. I've got to keep control. I'm sending a Discord message to Charlie. Esto. All right. Sip on my Bourbon Day cocktail. Oh man, I've gotten really into the herbal stuff. that is a tasty beverage I have made. So I'm ready when we're ready to do a movie of the week. Really, if I could do something thematic for Excalibur. Loading the Discord. Even just on Difford's, does he have X Cal? No, okay. I'm just gonna go Excalibur cocktail recipe. Surely someone's put something online. Quench me. Okay, let's go with a couple of different ones. Chocolate liqueur, cherry sip. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, and vodka. Bleh. What does this site say an Excalibur is? Vodka, chocolate liqueur. It's the same recipe. What does this recipe say, website say it is? Oh, there is actually some degree of consensus of vodka, chocolate liqueur, cherry syrup, hazelnut syrup. Okay. Okay. I'm impressed by the consistency, but they're shit. So in tequila, elderflower, lime juice, tea, honey syrup. Oh, God. Okay. The website's called Bar XPT, so I assume someone's used AI to do the stuff. And, yep, there's AI-generated images for it that don't make any sense. Okay, burn in hell. All right. I was kind of interested at how consistent the recipe for Excalibur was. Hey, Charlie.
Brave, Sir Robin.
What?
You know, from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, Brave Sir Robin.
Yeah.
Sorry, I misheard you.
Okay, I've got to fix that light.
All right, you're going to fix that background light? I thought you were saying free, not brave, but anyway. It's my mishearing. And we got Mark too. There we go.
Hey guys.
Right.
Hey, Mark.
How you doing?
Oh, my eye's still backwards, is it? Hang on. That's better.
Had a bit of trouble.
Rotate it. You know, just rotate it. Yeah. Okay.
How are you all doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Have you started your new job yet?
I got a week off and I'll start it. So, yeah, going to have a bit of rest for a week. Even though I got the kids, which are like I don't want to bring it up every time, but shatters me.
It seems to be a running thing. I should have put it in the edit. Yeah. So, do you want to discuss what we're doing next week first, so we're all on the same page when I bring up next week's film of the week before we actually start recording? Like, we'll just discuss which one we're going to pick. Yeah. I called Angry during the week, and we were talking about. I started flicking through all the Japanese titles that are coming up next week. The first week back, from Stocktake, because I've got the Stocktake sale on at the moment, right?
Yeah.
and there was nothing there that was really jumping out at him, right? So we ended up going for the following weeks, and I'll just move them up into next week's one. So the options were, I'll just move Excalibur to the side for a second. Okay. Have you seen all of these, or I'm looking for ones you haven't seen, obviously, right? It'd be best to do them when we're fresh, you know?
Yeah.
So, sorry, Charlie, just to clarify, this is just discussion. This is not the recording of the video.
This is just talking about between us quietly.
Yeah.
Just so we're on the same page when we pick the next week's, when I say, next week's movie is da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. So, Kill a Mockingbird, that was one that Angry wanted to revisit. Trigger Happy. Interesting cast, and never heard of it. No idea what the movie is.
Great cast.
Never heard of that.
This is my pick. I really want to watch The Train, but I love Burt Lancaster. I'm a big Burt. Remember Swimmer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same dude. This is the guy from Swimmer. Yeah,
that's decent.
Yeah, I love Swimmer movie. That was really good. Okay, and then the last of the 4 options is True Confessions with De Niro and Ed Harris.
You said that last time. No, it's Robert Duvall.
I can always get them mixed up, eh?
It's like a Godfather reunion, that movie.
So, I said that on the phone to him the other day. So I said...
I'm okay with Burt Lancaster. You seem real keen on Burt Lancaster.
I am a bit, I'm a bit of a fanboy of Burt Lancaster,
I'd be up for The Train, to be honest. I haven't seen that one.
Okay. Well, I'll move that to the front of the pack. Thank you for letting my influence take over the decision. Up there. Right, I'm gonna pick this out of its wrapper because the glare is going to be really bad.
Oh yeah, okay.
Wrapping. Okay.
Right, are we ready to go? I'm going to switch.
I'm ready when you are.
Yep, ready to go.
All right, I'm ready.
Mark and Angry, welcome back again for another week as we knock out another movie of the week. And I'm sure you really got into Excalibur more than I did, which is this week's film.
Yeah, very 70s vibe. Came out in 81, but you see the hangover of the 70s. There's a very 70s vibe in this movie.
Yeah. Did you guys enjoy it?
I did.
Yeah.
It was too long for me. I was right with it for the first hour and a half. I'll get Angry to do the storyline, but the basic part is when the whole world starts crumbling down and they need to go and look for the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
It was almost around that point in the movie I started going, oh, come on,
I kind of agree.
On with it,
Yeah, there was a lot of good things with the film, but there was also some very off-putting things as well. But maybe if Angry wants to tell the plot, we'll get into it, I guess.
Oh, okay. Simple plot. It's the Arthurian legend, as you can probably tell by the name Excalibur. But it starts with Arthur's dad, Uther Pendragon. Surprised me when it was Gabriel Byrne playing the role. I thought he was too young, but he was actually 30 when this movie was made.
It was his first movie.
Yeah, I looked up his IMDb. He'd done a bunch of TV prior to this, and this was his first big movie. And basically, Merlin's trying to get England united under one king, and he thinks Uther is his guy, but Uther screws up morally, but does father a son that Merlin takes away, and that son is Arthur, who becomes the king who ultimately unites England. But it all gets complicated by Arthur's half sister Morgana, who goes for dark magic in opposition to Merlin, and she gets a son from Arthur, her brother, creepy, and he's raised to try and overthrow Arthur. England collapses into darkness for a while, but good triumphs over evil, except everyone dies. Spoiler alert.
Pestilence and stuff like that.
At the end of the movie.
All the knights die while looking for the Holy Grail. And there's also a side plot with Guinevere and Lancelot hooking up and making Arthur extremely jealous.
Well, rightly so. Arthur's married to Guinevere, and Lancelot's desperately in love with Guinevere and has been denying himself for years, but they eventually get it on, and that's what makes Arthur abandon Excalibur, which causes England to collapse into darkness.
Yeah, and Helen Mirren, she's a great actress. She was great in The Cook, the Thief, His Wife and Her Lover.
Yeah.
This one, she doesn't really have a lot to do, but she still sells it with what she's doing. And I got to say, I had an issue with Merlin. Like I liked his performance, but the whole silver skull cap thing, and I thought he should have been a wiser, sort of older man. Like, I mean, we're used to this idea of like Gandalf being this wise wizard, and I just wasn't believing his performance. He should have been an older man to really carry across that wise sensibility, and I kind of felt like he was being modeled off of Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars, like Alec Guinness's character, because this was made a few years later. But then I looked it up, and there were similarities between the lightsaber and Excalibur, and also Obi-Wan and Merlin. But George Lucas actually borrowed heavily from the Arthur and Merlin tale. But then when John Boorman directed it, he borrowed, I guess, George Lucas's ideas, especially with the telepathic ending between Arthur and Merlin, where he was like, "Where are you, Merlin?" I was like, "This is like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke, you know." So it's really, he was borrowing from the same tale that was, it was kind of a weird thing. But I didn't really believe Merlin that much. But apart from that, I thought the film was very entertaining. The armor was, I liked the clunkiness of the armor, but it was really shiny at the same time. And at one point, I think I could see the crew in like one of the close-ups, like on the armor in the reflection. So there's a lot of these jarring things that were going on, but overall, I thought it was very entertaining, and I liked how serious the film took itself.
The armor was very impressive. The guy that did it was hired to do 14 pieces of armor, and by the end had to make 200 sets of armor. There were multiple armors set for one person as well, because there was a dirty and a clean one as well, or a damaged one. So some of the filmography, though, was absolutely incredible. Some of the cinematography, there was the wedding scene that had the armor was all lit up and shiny, and it looked like, again, this reminds me of Star Wars now you said it, but yeah, the scene at the end of Star Wars when everyone's all cleaned up and C-3PO is all shiny and stuff. But the light coming through, and it's not artificial light, it's sun, so they had to sit around and wait for the perfect light to come through into that. Very impressive. Another really beautiful shot was the cherry blossoms when they were playing the Excalibur song, and they're riding through these cherry blossoms, and the flowers are falling off as they're riding through, which I'm sure were people just going up from above.
Yeah, it's people
flowers down. But my God, it looked gorgeous, Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to say on that as well with the lighting, especially the very end shot where the boat is in the distance and you just see the light shining on the boat.
On the one spot.
Yeah, I was like, wow, like it's not CGI. This is all real. And I was just like, wow, that's an epic closing shot right there.
Yep. Yeah. And the reflections on the sword of Excalibur when it was in the water and it had that green glow coming off it. That wasn't like drawn on. That was just holding on. That was a green. What do they call those lights? Green lights. Like a pointed at the sword to give it that kind of green thing. And they did the same to the moss. They would point green light at the moss to make it look a bit fluorescent and stand out like that.
Yeah.
Another shot that impressed me was a very early one with the horses going through the trees, and it was misty. And when the horses snorted, there were just huge clouds of their breath. And I thought, God, they waited for a suitably cold and humid day. Because, it's not special effects. It's just environment. And they've had to get the right cold, humid day to do that, to get these huge clouds of the horse's breath. It looked very cool.
Yeah. One of the other issues I had was sometimes the dialogue was either delivered poorly, or it was just bad dialogue, or corny or cheesy dialogue in some spots. And that was jarring as well. I was like, okay, it's a bit on the nose, or
especially King Arthur. The actor who played King Arthur was stiff as a board. I don't find he was a very good actor at all. I was almost like, why would you pick this guy? But speaking of the cast, I actually have some notes. Charlie Bourbon was in it, who is his son. We know him from a TV show called Long Way Up, Long Way Down, Long Way Round. It's a motorbike show that he does with Ewan McGregor. And it was on SBS for a few years. Clive Swift, who's King Arthur's adopted dad, he was from Keeping Up Appearances as the husband who was always getting annoyed, Liam Neeson, which we know obviously from Schindler's List, Phantom Menace, stuff like that. Gabriel Bryan, his first acting role in a film. Patrick Stewart called it his very first important film that he was in. He loves looking back at that. There's so much footage online of him talking about Excalibur and, such a good film, Helen Mirren, the cook, the wife, her lucky man. Nicole Williamson. Now, I thought he was great. I really thought he was kind of eating up the scenery. His energy and the kookiness of the Merlin. I really like Merlins when they have a bit of kookiness. Sam Neill did the same thing when he did his Merlin in the Hallmark, version.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He was also the same. He played.
I liked his performance. It was just I thought he should have been an older man, doing it in the role. But the performance I thought was good.
That would be even more like Star Wars when you put it that way. If you're going for a Ben Kenobi look, But he was in Spawn as well. He was the homeless guy in Spawn with the sword. Nigel Terry. I don't think I ever saw him in anything else after he did. He was King Arthur, and they chose him because they wanted someone who with theater skills, because it's 3 generations. You're meant to be a boy and a mid-age and an old man, and honestly, it just felt so wooden. I really couldn't get past that. And the last one was Nicholas Clay, who was Lancelot. And I don't know. I was hoping for a more experienced, like a well-known actor, or at least for that actor to go on and do good things for a role that meaty. We were having a joke about it yesterday. I think it was, Angry, that what was he doing the whole time in the forest? And
well, he was sexually repressed. He couldn't go into Camelot because Guinevere was there and he was too horny. So I'm pretty sure he was just beating off in the forest nonstop. He was just
it was beating off like it was a corn concert. The
Merlin thing as well, Mark. I get what you're saying. I'm sure that was a very deliberate thing. They go, Merlin's always old and wise. We're going to make him younger. We're going to make him middle-aged. He's going to be quirky. Like the Silver Skull Cap was very un-Merlin. They've deliberately gone, we're going to have a very different Merlin. I think you can make a good argument that it maybe didn't work as well as it could have. But I feel like it was a very deliberate choice to make this unlike any other Merlin.
Yeah, in pre-production, John Boorman really wanted to get a 5th century vibe out of the film, and then he had to compare it against the fact that people, what they're expecting would not be like dark armor and stuff like that. They would want to expect to have shiny armor and stuff like that. So that's why he tried to pull it up to a 10th century film instead.
Yeah.
Which is 500 years later. It's a big difference. Kicked off a whole bunch of fantasy kind of films after this. There was, Legend and Krull, Lady Hawk, Conan the Barbarian. Some did well, some didn't.
Yeah. Speaking of vibe, straight out of the gate, I was getting Monty Python and the Holy Grail vibe. Just the font at the start, the Dark Ages, everything's off. Yeah. And I was just like, this feels like a Monty Python movie. And when the horses come through, it's like, I just expect there to be a guy banging 2 coconuts together following behind.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And they even did a Camelot line, like, Lancelot's there with Percival, and Percival sees the cousin. What's that? And Lancelot goes, "That's Camelot." And I wanted someone to pop up and go, "It's only a model." But
that's what I liked about it, was how serious it took itself, which was kind of charming, But there were some moments where it was just comedic, and you're just like, oh, all right, whatever. But then they tried, like, we're trying to make a serious film here, and I was like, all right,
it was beautiful work. Yeah.
Oh, and it's got the famous impaling each other shot on there.
Yeah, at the end, yeah.
Yeah. That was a huge bit in the marketing, that shot. Yeah.
I really just like that look of the 80s, epics, fantasy epics. It's really got that tone to it.
Yeah. Charlie, what you were saying about how particularly the Holy Grail bit didn't seem necessary and it was just dragging. But I thought it was kind of funny right at the end. Like, it's all over. Arthur, spoiler alert, this is the end of the movie. Arthur's dying and he gives the Excalibur to the last surviving knight, who's Percival, and says, you have to throw it in a lake, a still body of water. And so Percival rides off with the sword, gets to a lake and goes, I don't want to do it, and rides back and gets to Arthur, and Arthur goes, did you do it? He goes, no, I couldn't. And Arthur's going, no, really, really, I really, really want you to do it. And Percival goes, okay, and rides off again. Do we really have to have that? It was just riding back and forth,
just stretching it out even further when it's already done.
And that was the other Monty Python moment. The lady in the lake's hand coming up with the thing like, Arthur, why are you king? The lady of the lake, her hand clad in the purest shimmering samite, held aloft Excalibur. And whenever her hand came up, I was going, strange women lying about in ponds is no basis. It's just in the government.
It's like, all right, that's completely normal. That woman in the lake there, I'll just ride off.
Tragic.
Yeah. So although I'm aware that they couldn't tell the story without doing the whole Holy Grail thing, it did feel like it dragged on a bit, which knocked it down from 4 stars to 3 for me. So still passable. Would I watch it again? For sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3.5 with this one because I really liked the look of the film. There were some very jarring moments, but like I said, I liked how serious it took itself, and I had a good time watching it.
I'd go 3 as well, because for me, it was very episodic. It to me, it wasn't a very good story arc structure in there where you could see where it was going. It's like, it's a thing that happens, then another thing happens, then another thing happens, then another thing happens. I think that made it less enjoyable, that it wasn't a very clear narrative arc going through it. But yeah, I'll give it 3 out of 5. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
It does. Well, that brings us to next week's Film of the Week. If you're following along, another one that I've also got in 4K. But this is supposedly a really cool film. Oh, Frankenheimer. Woohoo! I like John Frankenheimer. Yeah, I'm a bit of a John Frankenheimer film fan. Yeah. The
Very nice.
Train, Burt Lancaster. I'm a bit of a sucker for Burt Lancaster films as well. Mark here put me onto a film called The Swimmer, which was really cool. Really enjoyed that one. He's also in The Birdman from Alcatraz and stuff like that. Just really classically trained actor, but with really good skills. So that should be fun.
Yep, I'm completely unfamiliar with that movie, but I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, definitely.
Sweet.
Cool.
Well, let's cut to the theme song and get the hell out of here. See you guys.
Bye, everyone. Movie of the week, movie of the week. We just talked about the movie of the week. Yeah.
Bang. All right.
Good stuff. Good stuff, guys. Well,
good. I'm going to keep doing research each week now. That's a good idea. I like that. Yeah, I like Mark's hair too.
What hair product do I use? I don't use any. Really. Thank you. Yeah, I don't really use any. I might shampoo it once in a while, but that's about it. Natural baby.
Got to bring some volume back because I have the volume turned right down when we're doing.
Oh, which reminds me, I need to stop this.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, what did you do?
I wonder how much that recorded.
Oh, did it die?
Yeah.
All right. I've thought like I can download the audio from StreamYard. I don't know if that.
Yeah, but still I can still do that. I can get the audio from StreamYard from the YouTube video. It's the same thing. It's just a stereo audio.
I'm just thinking this directly from StreamYard might be better quality.
Oh, it's yeah. You know, the reason why I love having multiple track audio is because, like, let's say I talk over Mark like I just did today. I can just turn me down, edit that out, and then it will flow. You know.
Oh yeah, no, I know that's
you
why
won't
you
even
want
know that I fucked up.
audio.
You know.
Yeah. No, I get that. All right.
Movie of the week. Movie of the week. That was the movie of the week.
Yeah. I think Mrs. Angry will probably watch The Train with me too. She enjoyed Excalibur.
Yeah, well, I'm really loving this movie of the week. Just the journey of watching them as well. Like
absolutely, yeah. And it's fun to do this communal thing. We all within the same sort of time period watch the movie and then talk about. I really enjoy that.
Yep, yeah, me too.
No, I really enjoying it. It's keeps me watching movies as well. Not that I don't watch them, but
oh yeah.
Keeps me.
Did you watch anything else this week, Mark?
Yeah, I watched the rest of Iron Lung, which you guys reviewed last week.
Yeah.
Oh right, yes.
I'd agree. I'd give it a 3. It was I liked the visuals, but it did go too long.
Yeah. A movie that should have been half an hour shorter. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was that, and I think I watched a couple of other things, but it's hard to remember at this point. I just had a full day with these kids, but
yeah,
it'll come to me.
Yeah, I mentioned this last night, but one I watched on Saturday that I enjoyed was the Kneecap movie about the Irish rappers. I really liked it. Like I like the idea of them. I'm not that into the music. The movie made me more into their music, actually. But movie, I'm a big fan of it because it's radical Irish Republican politics in it.
That's right up your alley, isn't it?
I'm a fan of. Very much an Irish Republican at heart.
That just screams out punk.
I watched Megalopolis, Charlie.
Did you manage to get all the way through it?
I've only got half an hour into that film. It's too fucking slow. I can't keep awake.
Yeah, I forced myself. Yeah, thank you. But it was bad. I think he had a vision of what he wanted to make, but I think like Scorsese, but I don't think he had enough money to make that idea come true.
Yeah.
So I ended up a bit of a mess.
Called Patrick Willem, okay, and he said when he saw it at Cannes Film Festival, there was a bit in that film that cannot be replicated on home video. Do you know what part of the film he's talking about?
No.
On home video?
Yeah, like watching it at home.
Oh,
compared to the cinemas?
But I think that's true for basically any good film. The cinema experience.
Was there something that happened that happens off screen or something like that requires a person to contribute or something like that? I don't know. He couldn't say because it would have been a spoiler, right? And he was like, I can't tell you what it is. But there's something that happened in this cinema that I don't know how they're going to replicate it at home.
Oh, but you see, particularly with wild stuff people do, like I loved a lot of films are doing it now, but I still think the best explanation was Ryan Coogler doing it for Sinners, because Ryan Coogler is an absolute nerd. And he's just talking about the different, like they've shot so wide. There are some cinemas where you're in about 180 degrees and there's actually stuff to the sides of you projecting. It's designed to be about 6 completely different experiences.
Right, yes, yeah.
You see it. They did it with Project Hail Mary as well, but the video I saw of the guys at Project Hail Mary is like, this is just like a really standard studio promotional thing, and it's kind of schlocky and boring. But I just loved Ryan Coogler because he's a massive nerd, and he's just going, okay, we did this, and it's like this, and I shot it like this, and it's going to be in this cinema. He's going, there are only 3 cinemas in the world that can show this.
It's like focus on the story.
The guys that did what's that one you just said?
Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary. There's a video of them going to all these different types of cinemas.
That's the one I saw, and I just thought that was like a cheesy studio-produced thing. I didn't mind it because they were showing you all the different formats, and it was the same format that they did for Sinners. But I so much more enjoyed Ryan Coogler as an absolute film nerd, just being really excited and just genuinely, he's just talking. He's just going like, okay, I may or may not be autistic, but I'm going to go into all this detail with you now about.
Well, it's okay. I got 4 minutes, but what I can do is I can take your channel and Mark's channel and make the group channel my channel.
Yeah, okay, we do that.
It works out, you know. I'm just sorry. My brain is number one audio always.
Oh yeah, I learned that very early in YouTube. People will watch a video with patchy video and good audio before they watch something with good video and patchy audio.
Yeah,
people are really turned off by bad audio.
Yeah.
But I need to find out why this. I need to find a way to plug this into the wall. Really, that would be really good. But,
I think you can.
Another one that I really want to do eventually of the movie of the week is called "They Shoot Horses, Don't They?"
I saw you put that on Plex today. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a dance
I haven't watched it.
It's a dance marathon during the Depression. Some shifty promoter says, like when everyone's broke as fuck, he's doing the equivalent of, I'll give you the winner of this competition gets $100,000. I think it's $1,500, but considering time, inflation, and the context, it's like if you went in a dance marathon now and the prize was $100,000, it's that significant.
So it's Sydney Pollack, who I'm a big fan of, especially out of Africa.
That's his big one, yeah.
Well, that was one of his big ones. I added a whole bunch of Sydney Pollack films onto, but I feel like I'm saying a rude word when I say Pollack, but it's his surname, okay? But yeah.
But that never caught on as a slur in Australia anyway. That was an American.
No, thank goodness. But yeah, you can't say it in front of Harry Connick Jr. though.
Have you seen that YouTube series Subway Takes, where he gets people to say so? One of them was you should take it, and he goes, "What's your take?" And the guy says, "The African country of Niger needs to change its name." The guy just cracked up laughing because he's like,
Suffer, I've actually bought better batteries now, but I've been using these AAA Ever-Readies, and they are a pile of shit.
Yeah. I always found
I'd rather a pile of shit than these batteries, to be honest with you. These are terrible.
Oh,
I'm sure I get more long-lasting energy out of a pile of warm shit than I would out of this, you know.
Yeah. Abigail, the slur we wrote about, Americans used to have a slur for Polish people. They call them Polacks. So when you're saying this director's name, Polak, it sounds remarkably similar to this. I don't think people say it anymore. It's like in the 70s, it was a slur for Polish people. Yes, and I don't mean actual Polish people. I mean people who are probably second or third generation American, but their grandparents came to the US in 1920 from Poland. I have rechargeable batteries, Safa. Charlie's been using regular ones. Oh, yeah. No, you watch, like famously All in the Family, the Archie Bunker thing, where he was always being a bigot to everyone. He would call people Polacks all the time. Technical Dino, Mark's is big on gaming. Is that true?
I like a good game. I do like.
Look behind him. You can see all those Xbox 360 games. I think that's
the reference. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's just part of the fact he's got a video store in his house. You know, like.
Yeah, I don't know if I've played all those, to be honest.
And now you've got kids, you never will.
Yeah.
Oh. The girl.
If we're going on the backgrounds, Mark's got the games. Charlie's just got his fridge. I've got the booze.
Yeah. Mr. Leahy would run amok in your room there, angry.
Well, a few people have done. Oh, I got this. I keep finding Dan Murphy's having these clearance things, like, you know, this rum was $40 instead of $80, and I got the whiskey that used to be $100 for $60, and it's just like, damn. I'm like, but also I did the thing with Dan's. You like, do 3 shops for $75 or more, and they give you a voucher for $30. So it's like, oh. So I'm saving even more if I do this and get this. Are
you one of the people that walks in with the shopping trolley?
No, although I think the most I've got in one go was like 6 bottles, so I did have to get a basket to carry everything around it. You see the people who are getting slabs of beer or cases of wine, that's the people who get the trolleys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've raided Dan Murphy's and got a whole trolley's worth of booze before. But Dan Murphy trolleys are quite small.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Dr. Abigail, that's my code for I'm under stress. If I ever put on social media Dan Murphy opening hours, that's code for I'm under stress.
Yeah, that's a 16mm reel. There's I got a couple of films on there. Marx Brothers Night at the Opera. It's a 16mm. I think that's that one.
Oh, nice.
And then I've got like a couple of Mickey Silly Symphony shorts, and the Mummy. I think the old 1930s Mummy as well.
You know what? I just missed out on once at a garage sale. I bought a 16mm projector because I thought he's selling it really cheap and it could be a thing. And the guy said, you just missed. I actually had a couple of films and someone bought them but didn't want the projector, which I didn't get. And what were the films? And it wasn't the entire thing, but he had like 5-minute reels of bits of Star Wars and whatnot. Yeah. I was going, I know why the guy wanted those to have. It wasn't the whole movie; it was bits of it.
It's like scenes of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely would have bought that if I'd been here and it was there.
Yeah, I've got a 16 mil of Lawrence Arabia as well. That's an 8mm actually, but that's just like a 20-minute best of.
It's a down version of it.
Yeah. But yeah, when this guy said, I don't know why the guy bought it, it was like, bits of Star Wars. I know exactly why the guy bought the 16mm excerpts from Star Wars.
Yeah, and they're expensive now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much? That's a weird question, Safa. How is Mark going to know how much electricity the projector? It's a light. It's a motor and a light. Maybe uses as much as
it's a standard amount of power that any other projector would use.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a motor in it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It uses as much electricity as a hairdryer, maybe.
So fans,
Yeah. I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Mark has a projector in his lounge room that he has a full projector set up. Looks really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to.
All right, thanks for dropping in, mate. That was a good week talk.
Yeah, I got to get these little ones to bed so I can have some free time.
Good stuff.
All right, guys, I'll see you next week.
See you next time.
See you, guys.
Cheers. All right. Well, that's all good. I'm doing what other good viewing? I want to berate Charlie. He was taking the piss out of me earlier today. I'll wait till he comes back, though. I think he's... No, when I asked you if you could get that animated show, Common Side Effects, and you go, I've already got it. And I went, well, again, it's the stupid phone app that fucks me around. It wasn't saying you had it. And so I just went in through the bloody PlayStation app. And I could watch it.
I have a bit of an issue with people who keep on. Okay, this is the first time it's happened with you. Okay, I want to emphasize that before I add anything else I'm going to say. I have a tendency, especially my father, who will ask for stuff that's already on there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, have you looked? So I had a bit of a rude remark when I said, I would love to get it for you if only I didn't have it already.
Yeah.
So please don't think that was an attack on you. That was just because I've had so many people do that to me before,
You know what it was? Because I had it on my and I know I'd seen it on yours before, and I just decided, I need another short thing to watch. And I went to the watch list, and it wasn't showing that this is available on Charlie.
I always tell everybody to deactivate their watch list, because what happens with that watch list is you'll click on it and they'll automatically try to pull up the Plex version of it.
Yeah.
Or a Netflix one or a Prime fucking Amazon instead of the one that's on my server.
Yeah.
It's almost like a priority system, and my server's right down the bottom, even though that's the whole reason why you're on there for.
Yeah. But so it wasn't like when I see this stuff, it's always like, activity by Charlie, and it wasn't available on Charlie. So when you said I've already got it, instead of doing that, I just went search for Common Side Effects, and it came up straight away. And so I watched the first episode. So
did you like it?
It's interesting because the central character and the central plot is a conspiracy guy who has discovered a secret, mushroom-based cure for everything that Big Pharma is trying to kill him to stop from getting out, because it'll ruin all the profits of Big Pharma. So the central point is extremely stupid, and the fact that I assume they're sort of trying to be ironic and stuff with it, but the fact it's tapping into a real thing that really fucking stupid, deluded people say. It's the whole thing like, they've got a cure for cancer, but they're hiding it. And it's like, no, because a cure for cancer isn't a prevention for cancer. And people are just going to... If you had... Not that, because cancer's dozens of different things, But if you had something that effectively treated the most common cancers, you'd make a fucking fortune because so many people get cancer. Safa, it's not a film. It's an
you can make a
animated
fortune
series.
too, because if you don't heal the cancer, then you can continue on treating it, and constantly grab money from them, milk it till they're dry. So what turned me off was that animation style on it.
I quite like different animation styles. So like, there was one on Netflix about a Jewish family. Oh god, I've forgotten what it's called, but it jumps between times all over the place, and it's a really rudimentary style of cartooning. I quite like it. Safa, it's an animated series called Common Side Effects. Common Side Effects. It's a Netflix show, I think.
I watched an animated show today as well. One that I've never, usually would have watched, but someone else was streaming it on my Discord. And I'm like, I'll go and check it out. And it was actually quite interesting. It was called Saint Young Men. And what it is a concept idea of what if Buddha and Jesus hung out as friends and went on holiday in Japan. And
sure.
So, they celebrate Christmas and stuff like that, and they celebrate the Buddhist New Year and stuff, there's all these different things. And they hang out with kids. Kids pick on him because he can't fight back because he's Buddha, right?
Yeah.
And it was actually pretty cool. Really, I wasn't expecting it. When I see anime, I instantly switch off. I do not gel with anime. I know there are good animes out there. I love Studio Ghibli films, but just not a big fan of. Yes, they love their KFC during Christmas because it's not really a proper holiday to them because they're not Christian in the sense.
And pre-internet, where communication was a bit spottier, there was some very weird interpretations of what the Western idea of Christmas was. It's less quirky now. It's a bit more, because you used to see pictures, which I think were real, of like the Easter Bunny being crucified or something. So it's
So I'm adding Saint Young Men, the movie, to Plex, but I'm not going to bother with the whole TV show. But it's worth checking out. It's surprisingly cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I always say though when we're talking about stuff, like there's too much stuff to watch.
Right. Yeah.
I finally,
especially TV show wise.
There's
lots of movies to watch, but you can kind of stay on top of it. But TV shows, that's a week just to knock out a season,
Yeah.
And some of these shows have 8 seasons,
Yeah. I finally started watching Killers of the Flower Moon today, but I literally just started it because I wanted it there. Safa, I think since the 90s, the quality of TV shows has gotten better. Like the turning point was stuff like The Wire and The Sopranos, and then moved on to stuff like Breaking Bad. And you do get really good. Apple TV are pouring so much money into their shows, and they're not all working, but there's some pretty bloody good ones. I think Apple TV probably has a better strike rate than any of the other streaming services with the quality of their shows. But
there's 3 particular eras of TV shows. And this is something I've had to learn by running the server. You've got the classic era, the millennial era, and the newer era, right? And that's just why I've broken them up into these. The classic era goes up until from the beginning of time, like, from Dick Van Dyke Show and stuff like that. I Love Lucy and all that shit, up until like 2004. And then we have what I call the golden era of television, which is the millennial age. That from 2004 until 2015. There was this 10-year thing where they were spending a fortune on TV shows. Why 2004? The internet, they were competing against it, so they needed to level up their shit.
Yeah.
And then was after 2016, it was the streaming era of programs, and that changed TV shows as well because they're no longer competing against it, but working with the internet, being teamed up with the internet, also by streaming, but also the way people viewed TV shows and movies that we were talking about on Friday. Was it Friday night? It was last night. We were talking about movies, how each one will narrate to you what's happening. So you can sit there on your phone and scroll Instagram, like what Angry's doing now. Just joking.
I'm looking stuff up. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just playing with you, buddy, you know.
I know.
And at the same time, you can still take in what's going on by listening instead of actually looking at the screen.
Yeah, I was looking up some dates. Battlestar Galactica, I think, is an absolutely fantastic TV series.
I'm fucking excited about watching the trains.
I agree with Charlie. I'd probably go slightly broader to like 99, 2000, because I think there is the pre-internet era of TV. Is where HBO started doing really prestige stuff around 99, 2000. And that goes through, and streaming definitely changed stuff again. So I basically
2004 is also when internet started becoming mainstream. When me and Angry and probably you guys as well were on the internet, it was during the 90s when there was like 10% of people had a fucking computer in their home, let alone internet. 2004 was when, mobile phones started having internet on them and stuff like that. It became, everybody was using it. See, I knew that. I could tell you were going to be one of us, you know. Yeah. You were on pretty early too, weren't you, Angry? You were on dial-up back in the day.
Yeah, like 96 probably.
Hitting up the Mercs and what is it? ADSL, when did that become a thing? Yeah, around 2004, 5.
Yeah. 2006 when I started my YouTube channel. First time I had broadband, but ADSL had been around for a couple of years at that point. I had dial-up, and then I was getting cable, and they were saying, like, you could get internet on cable, and I was like, fuck it, I'm getting high-speed internet for YouTube. So, ADSL had been around for a few years, but
it's funny that we had the golden age of television. At the same time, we had some of the worst television because we were introduced to reality TV around that period of time as well.
Yeah.
And, that is some of the most disposable shows that you can. I refuse to add it to Plex. I don't put any reality TV on my server because it's the week after it's come out. Nobody will ever watch it again.
Yes, it's not stuff you rewatch. No,
and it's not something you would even come across 3 years later and go, "Oh, I haven't seen Survivor 2010." You're not going to watch that.
Yeah.
I want to watch every episode of Survivor. Who says that? Except for real hardcore Survivor fans, maybe.
You just made me think it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
I love it.
Because it was. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. While the best stuff was on, the shittest stuff was on as well.
And it was uprising. It was starting to become so popular. Survivor and Australian Idol and, the one with the button. Hell's Kitchen's different. I don't really find Hell Kitchen, and same with Kitchen Nightmares. They're different. They are rewatchable in the sense that they're not a competition show. Hell's Kitchen and stuff like that. Well, Hell's Kitchen wasn't it actually?
I don't even. I've never watched it, so I don't know. Even though I made the Hell's Kitchen cocktail on Friday night, but
The Voice supper. Yeah, the one with the red button is The Voice. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Need to change drink. I've had some Cure. I'm loving having all the this drawer here is just like a treasure trove of shit. It's great.
Oh yeah, I think you missed it, but right at the start of the stream, I was moving some stuff around. And
yes,
and the Bunnahaven and the Starwood single barrel. I forgot I still have those.
No, mix it when you do your next Infinity whiskey.
Yeah.
Single barrel, don't mix that in, but the Scottish one, you don't need to drink that by itself. Trevor Trove. Did I say Trevor Trove?
Trevor. He was a famous
You're
pirate.
probably right. I'm going to play it back and because I get to watch all of this later on. When we when I pull it for editing.
Holmes and I on The Voice. Oh God, they must offer them so much money because I'm an Amy Shark fan. So when I saw her on that thing with fucking Carl Sanderland's scumfuck piece of shit he is, I was like, man, they must be offering her a lot of money to do this. And hello, Justin. Is that Australian Idol? See, I don't give a shit about any of these shows, so they're all just one blob of shit to me.
I as I was saying to Supper yesterday or the day before, I haven't watched free-to-air TV in about 2 weeks, and even then, it's for an episode of The Chaser when I'm at Sophie's mum's house because she leaves the TV on because she's all by herself, so she just leaves the TV on for company.
Yeah. Even with ABC and SBS, if I want to watch something, I'm normally watching it, catching up on streaming. I'm almost never watching at the time they broadcast something.
Oh, that was another thing. The SBS on demand thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do is how you can see what shows they got before you can sign in. You can just click on TV shows, and they have a thing called box sets.
Yeah.
And I just went through and grabbed them all.
Nice.
So look forward to watching Nurse Jackie.
That's a pretty good show. I didn't watch that much of it, but it's a pretty good show. That's the thing, there's too many good shows, basically.
Yep.
The Americans on SBS.
Americans on Plexo, so you can watch it without ads.
Yeah.
I'd agree. Sure, telling people it's such a load of shit piece of entertainment, force feeding the masses until their brains turn numb. And oof.
That's a big one. Because one of my YouTube friends, Damie, was on Australian Idol, I think, and there's a whole thing where she did a song that was a song by one of the actual judges, and judge came and it was a whole thing. They made a whole drama out of it, and she didn't get through. But she told me afterwards, like, that wasn't the song I was supposed to do. Like, it wasn't the song I'd rehearsed, and they just went like, "Oh, you should do this one." And she had only a really short amount of time to practice, and they just did it for the on-screen drama and whatnot. Those shows are just like
to have some on-screen drama. Yeah,
they're completely contrived and shit. Justin, you don't watch your TV. See, I have no patience for watching tablets or phones or anything. I want to sit back and have a screen.
I don't want to hold something while I'm watching something for a long period of time. I like to have either my computer screen or the TV on the couch, on the chair, Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to lean back and do it. But I mean, I think it's good that we have options, honestly. But it's trying to think, what's next? There's so many things. Yeah, I would imagine millennials and younger have very little interaction with free-to-air TV.
Oh, Hassan, he's got a thing called a fap top, which is a laptop that he puts down on his chest so he doesn't have to hold or touch anything. So he has both hands free. It's called a fap top, and he has a special bracing on it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, dear.
I love the name Fat Top. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a whole thing. Oh, dear. Yeah.
What were we talking about? That just
I don't
fucking
know. Now I've gotten distracted with porn and fap tops. Oh, dear. And now I'm having flashbacks to when you were going through all the laser discs to work out movie of the week and say, oh, there's that movie, there's that. Well, that's porn. That's porn. And then
there was a lot of that,
laser discs, which then segues straight into the old Disney movie That Darn Cat. And I was like, okay, that was whiplash. That was going from 10 pornos in a row to That Darn Cat.
What was funny for me was you were in work mode voice.
Yeah.
Where you do your really polite, quiet, gentle kind of voice that you do. It's very professional, you know. And I'm going porn, 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 porn. That damn cat.
It was very funny. Yes,
that was
I'm fairly easily amused though, but oh dear. So Mrs. Angry and I are very hooked on the drama of For All Mankind, actually. They just make disasters happen almost every episode. And of course, if you're in a space program, the scope for disasters is pretty high.
Are you going to jump straight into Star City before you stop, or?
We will probably, by the time we finish watching For All Mankind, the 5 seasons, the full season of Star City will probably be available, and we'll probably watch that. Because I told Mrs. Angry, like, oh, I watched a trailer for it and it looks intense. It's like Soviet paranoia, surveillance, repression, and it looks like a fun time.
I have a phone holder here on my computer, so when I take my phone, I just snap it in. And that way, if I'm in a video game, I don't want to alt-tab out of it because it really fucks up the game. So I'll just go bang and use my phone for Messenger, Facebook Messenger.
I love Dr. Abigail's gone for a whole thing, a phone mount on an arm that's on the bed so she can lie back and angle the phone and not have to touch it.
Yeah. Now we've got a TV on the cabinet at the end of the bed. And then we got a the TV has it's terrible Plex. The you know how they have computers, smart TVs. Some of them are just shocking with Plex, and even in the same house, it's just fucking garbage. So we added one of those Google Chrome devices, not like yours. Ours has a remote.
Okay,
and, so you can just control it like as if it's the TV,
Okay.
Oh, the New York Knicks won the NBA finals.
NBA
finals. That's good news.
That season is the best of 6, I think. And the Knicks won the first 3, and then they lost the 4th one. But they won the 5th one, which gives them the trophy.
It's not a cheap one, no. The player, the Blu-ray player and the TV were both bought in 2014, 15, right when me and Sophie started going out. And it's just the software on it is old as fuck. It's a Panasonic, legit name Panasonic. And I love the you can control the Blu-ray player with the TV remote and stuff like that too. And yes, it is. You're right, dude. TVs that are 3 years old, just like your phone, stop getting new updates and stuff like that. And at that point, like all shit can go loose.
Yeah, I
Like
think
a
my
computer
TV,
stop getting update.
I think my TV's well over 10 years old.
Yeah, but your TV isn't a smart TV in the sense that you're
It
not
is
using
not,
it. No, you're not
because
using smart
I don't
features.
like smart devices anyway. They fucking surveil you.
But what about when you use Amazon Prime? Is that on your TV or on your PlayStation or?
It's on both. You can get it through it's okay. The easiest way for me to get it is through Foxtel.
Oh right, Foxtel box. That's right. So the
Foxtel did a partnership with all
app.
the streamers. Yeah. So if you've got an account with the streamers, you can get it through the Foxtel box. But I can get it through the PlayStation as well.
Way since I've seen one last.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got a well over 10-year-old TV. My phone is 3 or 4 generations old. What are the iPhones up to now? It's
Oh, your iPhone's fine. It doesn't matter if generation; it matters by years. And sometimes they can knock out 3. Sometimes they can knock out 3 generations in a year. Or in 2 years.
I've got a 13. It's up to 16 now, isn't it? I've had this for years, at least 5 years, I think.
17.
Yeah, okay. So I think I've had this for 5 years.
Yep. What model is it you've got? What did you say you just
13.
said?
The 13.
Is the iPhone 13 still being supported?
I still get updates.
Yep. It's still being supported.
Yep. I still get updates, definitely.
When, this is the ultimate question you want to know, will the iPhone 13 stop being supported? Oof, not long. You got a year.
Yeah. I mean, I've only just because, well, we all know it's actually been proven Apple do stuff to fuck with the battery life on old phones. But also, this is the first one I've managed to crack the screen. It's also the longest I've had one, which is probably why I've ended up cracking the screen. And I can feel it's only like one big crack across it.
I feel like we're at that stage with mobile phones where there's not so much of an urgency to keep upgrading your phone so quickly anymore. Like the difference between a phone like when the iPhone 5 came out and the iPhone 8, which is 3 models, that's what you're up to, isn't it? You said 13 to 17, so that's 5 models. So imagine you had an iPhone 5 and the iPhone 10 came out. You'd be like,
they're unrecognizable. Yeah.
But nowadays you're like, it's only just,
Yeah. Yeah. I used to replace it every 2 years, but this, like you say, the differences have gotten so small. I've had no motivation to replace this one.
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. It's only like the camera gets a bit better. Some of the externals get a bit better in the way of a screen and stuff like that. Well, the general, people. Okay, you don't get a phone every year because your plan that you sign up with Telstra says you should get a phone every 2 years. That's how long the plan is 24 months. So you get 24-month plan, and then you hand your phone in, and then you get back on another plan, and then you do another 2 years with them. Yeah. What you're reading?
Yeah, no, I was just looking at the comments. It's. I'm not going to. I might even wait till later this year, but I'm not going to feel bad when I replace this because I kept it for 5 years. And
old people sign up with Telstra and minors. When I mean minors, I mean like I'm working on the mine all day.
Yeah. It's look. I go with what's easiest. I've had a bunch of different service providers over the years. mean, I was with Vodafone for a while. They actually really fucked me around at one point.
Dwarf. So I pay $130 a year, Supper, and I'm with a sub carrier of Vodafone, which is called Kogan Mobile. So $130 is nothing compared to when I used to pay $40 a month.
Yeah. I literally go into JB Hi-Fi or somewhere and go, I want a phone. What are the options? Like, what provider can it go with? And it's just I've got
limited with iPhones are very specific about what provider you can use, right?
I'm pretty sure you can use any of them. Some of them, I think Vodafone really pushes non-iPhone phones. But you can definitely get iPhones with Vodafone.
Vodafone's a pile of shit. Sorry, I'm not going to try to talk up like I'm not in Perth. I'm like, when you got Mornington, I'm like the Mornington of Perth, right, where I live now.
Okay, right, yeah.
Just out of town, it's an absolute pile of shit. When the power went down the other night, I had to stand at the front door so I could use my premium and download some greatest hits of Red Dwarf so Sophie could go to sleep.
Yes, I'm almost through.
I did the best of Rimmer, to be exact. Yes?
I'm almost through my liqueur, so I think I'll have to get an apple this week and make a new batch of the syrup and then use that to make a new liqueur. Dr. Bear, buy a phone, arrow, and a plan. Such a actually, the last one I signed up, I did the maths. They did not charge. Look into it. I know that used to be a thing, but they did not charge more for a 24 or 36 or buying it outright. It was actually the same price. The reason they like you to go on the plans is it's like they've got a guaranteed monthly thing from you or a yearly thing from you. But in terms of the cost of the phone, it's no more expensive.
Dr. Abigail, I never buy the high-end S Samsung phones. I buy the A model phones, which is like their mid-end range of phones. The only difference is external things like the camera and the outer shell being metal instead of plastic and stuff like that. I have an Aussie SIM with an Aussie number and a US SIM with it. Well, obviously, Justin, of course you do.
Yeah. Also, raises get stressed. You've got the office job, but you've been on all day. Organizing stuff.
It sucks being Yes, it is. The screen is better, but when you've got all I care about is the CPU and the hardware and what's under the hood. I don't care about how fancy my car is on the outside. If the car goes 0 to 60 in 3 seconds inside, that's what counts,
Yeah.
You buy S phones as well. See, I don't see the point. When you run an A phone versus an S phone, they spec almost exactly like this is the S and this is the A. It's really close.
But with a screen, when it's only this big, how good does it have to be when it's only
right? Yeah.
4 ASAP cards, one venue, multiple. It's just like a Sunday from hell for Race. Just been doing the administrative.
What I do is I always write down the people that cancel shifts right before that, and then they're the last people that you call when you're looking to fill shifts later on.
Yeah.
Because fuck them,
Oh, you've got a phablet. Yeah. I get the bigger end of the phones, but I want something that fits in a shirt pocket. If it's too big to fit in a shirt pocket, I don't want it.
I've already got enough unsightly bulges down there. I don't need another phone.
Matron. Someone had to go there. That's all right.
Oh, mate, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me on again tonight. And
thank you, It was a good movie of the week.
Remember to tune in on Wednesday to Channel Home for the Elderly to watch this video, all nice and edited down with them clips. A lot of clips from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, yeah, no. I was definitely feeding into getting you to put a bunch of Monty Python.
And I'm thinking about sticking the ad from the Carlton Draft. You know, this is a really big ad. You know,
I should have said that because that's the other bit I couldn't take seriously because they're going. I said this has been used for coffee and beer, and that's all I'm thinking of when I see it.
And it was originally written as a death march, right? So it's a funeral procession song.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. But anyway, thank you everyone for hanging out.
Yes, the Laserdisc cat. Yep. Yeah. See you guys. Thank you very much
for having me. For anyone's around, I'll probably be around on Tuesday night. But bye for now. Bye.
You are totally